Good morning.
Good morning. Sure, to the camera.
Whichever works for you.
Hey, I'm Janet Varney. I'm the voice of Korra on Legend of Korra. I took a plane. It was a lovely small plane from Burbank to Portland. That's where I live. I live in LA, and I always love coming out to Portland, so it was really, really great to be invited.
Cool.
No, not at all. I did theater in school when I was very little, from about age 5 up through college, and by the time I was like a freshman or sophomore in college, I was like, this is just going to be a hobby. I won't ever be able to make a living doing it. So it's insane to me that it worked out the way it did. Hugely, particularly with Legend of Korra. It totally changed my life. Starting to do cons and really get to interact with people and find out how the show affected them and inspired them has been just a tremendous honor. You know, I come out and do these, I sort of consider myself an emissary of the real people behind the show, which is Mike and Brian, and they're just amazing. So it's very moving. It's really inspiring to meet the fans. Well, you know, a lot of people who are regular voiceover actors seem to be able to do it without doing much physical stuff, but I am mostly an on-camera actor, so I don't really know how to do it without getting physical, so that usually means a lot of like jumping up and down inside this dark booth with everyone on the other side of the glass making fun of you, because I don't know, it's hard for me to sound like I'm running unless I'm sort of running.
Unless you get your heart rate
That's
up.
right, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, Korra would be a really good example of that. Actually, I really related to her, as funny as that sounds, since I don't have any bending powers of my own that I have developed yet. Just her personality, the kind of way she protects herself with sarcasm and, you know, her impatience and her loyalty. Those are things that I felt like I could connect with from the beginning. So it didn't ever feel like it was that tough to kind of, you know, really get into that mind space. I don't think I have too hard of a time getting into the mindset of characters, but the show that I'm on now that's an on-camera show called Stand Against Evil, which is this sort of, you know, Evil Dead kind of show, is definitely really hard because it's very physically taxing. You're actually doing stuff that you're only pretending to do in cartoons, you know, running and beating people up and getting beaten up, getting strangled, things like that. So that's very physically taxing, and you have to do it all in polyester, which is also very challenging.
Fun.
So, yeah. I mean, there's just something that I'm working on that I can't talk about, but on the acting side, that's where I do most of my work anyway, and that's just, you know, we're doing a second season of that show I mentioned, Stand Against Evil, and then we got a 4th season of this other show I'm on called You're the Worst, which is a comedy.
Watched the first couple seasons.
Oh, nice. So we're coming back for that. So those are 2 exciting things I'm looking forward to in 2017.
So will the 4th season be out in 2017 as well, or will it just... I've binged through it a few times.
Nice. Yeah, I really love that show. Yeah, I'm terrible at that question. I always have been. That's one of those questions that makes you realize how unambitious you are, because when I started getting asked that, like when I first moved to LA, I remember being asked that by like an agent, you know, who was sort of trying to figure out if I was worth, you know, signing because I was just a nobody or whatever, and I just was so blank. I was like, oh God, is that a question that people ask? And I didn't know what to say, so I just blurted out like, I want to be the female Conan O'Brien.
Nice.
Which still would be like a really fun thing to do. I think it would be fun. It's a lot of work to host a nightly talk show, so maybe that would be more than I'd be able to take on in 5 years. But I do really like that side of things. That said, I don't know. I guess I sort of hope in 5 years that the most important thing is that I can't believe 5 years have passed and that, my life is better than it was, but even if it were exactly the same as it is now, I wouldn't have any complaints.
How did the agent respond to that?
I guess it was a good answer. They were like, oh, right. That's good, that's good, that's good. Yes, but I don't know if they've announced.
You don't know if they're confirmed?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Like, I mean, I know I'm doing them, but I don't know if they're, if they like to wait until they can announce.
Okay.
Oh boy.
A little early for that one. I saved it for last.
Yeah, it's funny because I have a podcast called the JV Club, and I'm so open on that podcast. I'm trying to think of a single thing that would surprise anyone who's listened to that podcast at this point. There probably isn't anything at all. I mean, people know this, but if they haven't listened to my podcast, they know that I have totally suffered like massive panic attacks and anxiety and stuff, and I'm very open about that because I want people to know that that's not something they should be ashamed of, and that's very normal for a creative mind.
Cool. I think that's about it. Do you have any more questions? That is it. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure. I know, I just don't want to get you sick. It's awful. I'm a very physical person, so it feels weird being like, hi, how
no,
are
it's
you?
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Oh, I just want to say I hope you guys are keeping snug and warm because it has been a very cold and wintry weekend up here in Portland, even though it's beautiful. So stay safe. Happy 2017. For those of you who are happy that 2016 is over, I'm wishing you the best for the upcoming year.
Awesome.